Let's go to 2944.
Do you think, generally speaking, that most women want to be in a relationship or want to be married?
I think so. I think most humans in general need that human connection and like a partner in life. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you would say people are single for other reasons than by choice. Like most people don't choose to be single.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like there's a lot of factors that just they're not finding their person, and I think that's why.
Oh, but that line, I can't. You hear these millennials all the time. I need to find my person. I need to find, that was a millennial thing. I specifically said millennial. I'm looking for my person. What does that mean? You're looking for somebody who's got, see, she's saying, oh, my person, haven't found my person. And at first you think like, oh, just somebody she clicks with. No. She's probably talking about somebody who checks all the boxes. She's got a long list like Santa's scroll, how much they got to make, the car, the house, the age, the height, all this. And she hasn't found her person, which is somebody who checks all those boxes. That's oftentimes what you'll hear manifest in these conversations with these young modern women. So is that it? And I think this is a social media problem also of this day and age. Because when I was younger, oftentimes you wound up dating and you wound up hanging out with people in your neighborhood. You didn't have this like phone that would connect you to the whole world. So you had like, group of kids at school when you were younger, and then you had college, and everything felt very community based. It was like who was in your town, everybody kind of knew each other. It was that kind of vibe. And you had a sense that your options weren't endless. You had a sense that, you started seeing the same faces over and over again. And people had a willingness to settle down because if they met somebody and they liked them and things were working out and they were getting along, there wasn't this sense of like, oh, I really like this person and they're great. But when I go on my phone, there's all these other guys. So how do I know that those guys don't have something that he doesn't? Maybe I'm missing something. This like FOMO, this constant fear of missing out that's in every girl's head. Like they've got all this attention online. They've got all the social media. They've got all the likes. And they're always thinking that the guy in front of them isn't enough. Like they're missing out. So when they say, oh, I haven't found my person, you mean that you're always thinking somebody else is better in some way. And this is a social media problem. This is a technology problem of the modern age that a lot of people didn't have back in the day. And a lot of those people, they got married and they wound up, they were happy. They didn't have this constant sense of like, oh, I'm missing something, because they were happy. Now it's not enough to be happy. No. It's got to be like, I'm happy, but there's always this, maybe this, or which is why I think in relationships now, women oftentimes have one foot out the door. Unless they shut that stuff down or they just stop trying attention seeking constantly on social media. You see these women in relationships. You ever see this? They're in a relationship and they're in a relationship, but there's constant attention seeking on the internet. I mean, constant. Some of them are married, but it's constant selfie after selfie after selfie after selfie. I'm not talking about a selfie here and there. I'm talking about constant gazing into the camera, sexy this, sexy that, just constant. And I'm like, where is her husband? Where is her boyfriend? What is going on here exactly? Because you can make those faces at home for him and have a nice little moment, but why you got to be doing it for the world all the time? Something's wrong there. Something's broken in that relationship. By the way, something's broken in that power dynamic, because that guy should be like, if you keep doing this, I'm out. I'm not doing this with you. I don't need this aggravation. He's not saying that to her, obviously. Maybe she's a strong, independent woman, whatever. Ridiculous what's going on. If you want to watch the full episode, you're going to click right here. And if you want to ask me a question one-on-one, you want to do a one-on-one FaceTime with a group of your friends, whatever you want, you need to download Connect right now. Click right here and let's get talking.